Hey there YouTube, my name's Joe and you're here with Big Brother Joe, and on this channel I talk about health and wealth. Today is a quick conversation on wealth. The title of this video is Liabilities here, which is a very important concept to understand. Okay. If you're trying to retire anytime soon, you might want to take a look at that. If you want to retire in the future, obviously take a look at it. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a great book by Robert Kiyosaki. He covers this and liabilities, that is, and assets in this book in a very easy to read way. I'll put a link down in the description where you can find that book. Just a shout out to him. He does a great job with that. He's really changed my perspective on money, and I hope that he and I can kind of do the same thing for you. Now, this is liabilities and assets are a conversation that I don't feel like we talk about enough in society. We don't teach it in our schools. We often don't get it from our parents. So hopefully I can open your mind a little bit here. Now I'm going to talk about a few that you can see, and I'm also going to hit a bonus one at the end that can sometimes be an asset, which is something that pays you, or a liability, something that costs you money. So I'm going to take money away from you, subtract. Again, this one, it depends on which side you go on it. So here we go. Let's run through this. Vehicles. Okay, now a vehicle, a car, truck, whatever you're using, is something that is an asset because it's something that you can sell and it has a certain value, but it is a depreciating asset, which means it loses money over time. Now, I really want to focus on new vehicles because they lose the most. If you just listen to a little bit of Dave Ramsey, he'll go off on new vehicles on you, and you can hear quite a bit on that. Shout out to Uncle Dave. He does a good job. New vehicles, when I was doing research, they lose something about 20% of their money when you drive it off the lot and you drive it for a year. Okay, first year you lose somewhere around that 20% area. Every year after that, it is somewhere around 10% each year. Okay, you can quickly see how if you can turn a $20,000 or $30,000 car into a $20,000 car within a number of years. Losing $6,000 the first year and then mowing on down from there. Next, we have boats and other types of toys like that, ATVs. Now, although these are very fun and a great time, and I've been on both, they are quite expensive because not only do you have to purchase them, you have the depreciation on top of it, then you also have insurance, time, maintenance, many other things. So, boats, for my quick Big Brother recommendation to you would be to know someone that has a boat and ride on it. Make sure you bring some food or a few drinks or whatever you're doing to make sure you can enjoy that with them and not be a mooch. But at the same time, I found it's better to know someone that has a boat than to own one myself. Okay, same thing with those other types of toys. Partying is the next one. Now, obviously, you have the money that's spent on that. So whether that's going out to eat, ordering appetizers, going to large events. Now, obviously, there's value with networking with people. Just make sure you're not justifying that and overdoing it on this end. The big thing I want to focus on with partying is your time. Okay, if you go out on a Friday night, which we've all been guilty, I've been guilty of at least, it really hurts you the next day. So Saturday, you're going to wind up losing, let's say 5 hours, 8 hours, maybe the whole day of productivity time, where if you were just to work that 8 hours into an asset such as a side hustle, learning more about stocks and bonds, businesses, that money could be, or you could be accruing money or getting money instead of spending it or not getting it. So if you're worth $20 an hour and you lose 5 hours of productivity the next day, you just cost yourself $100. Something to think about. Going out to eat. A quick way just to say this one is I would just recommend tracking that. Either pull a certain amount of money out in cash. Dave Ramsey, can get another shout out. He talks about how if you hand money over to someone, you're paying somebody with actual cash, it actually sends off the pain receptors in your brain. Try that with a card versus cash. That's something that can wind up getting you into trouble. Some people will spend about as much as they're spending on rent or mortgage just going out to eat. Subscriptions will be our next one here. Now, these could be stuff like boxes. Okay, you have stuff like Netflix. And the big one's going to be like an Amazon Prime subscription. Now, make sure with these, my best recommendation I could give you guys is wait 24 hours before you ever buy something in these areas. If you're thinking about getting a subscription box, yeah, it's kind of cool, but you're usually going to be charged for things you don't actually need, whether it's a surprise box, stuff that doesn't always fit you right, or something that might just not be quite your style. It'd probably be more affordable just to buy those things if you actually wanted them on your own. Netflix. Now, that's not going to be that expensive for one subscription, but when you get into monster cable packages, DirecTV, all types of stuff, again, it depends on where your priorities are, but that can be quite expensive. Last but not least is Amazon. Let it sit in your cart for 24 hours before you buy it. That's my rule of thumb. It helps me out. I hope that helps you out too. The last one is debt. Student debt can be very expensive, so whether it's student. Another one I'm going to focus on is credit card. Okay, you're going to wind up paying interest to someone else. Again, giving your money away. Not going to be something that's going to help you reach financial freedom down the road. Now, for our bonus section, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It is going to be your personal residence or your house. Okay. With this, it can be an asset. It can also be a liability because you have property taxes. You have upkeep. You have maintenance on your yard. Another thing is you have capital expenditures. So stuff like the roof goes out, the HVAC goes down, air conditioner. You wind up having some water damage. All that you're responsible for. Now again, this can be an asset. I talked about that in the asset video, which I'll link below, but it also can be a liability. That's all I have for you today on liabilities. Have a great day, guys. I hope you learned something here.